to the Forsaken!
Hey, what's up guys? Unlocked here and welcome to another tutorial. We are gonna be taking a look at the add-on decursive. We are also going to take a look at creating a single macro to remove the debuff. Alright, let's go and take a look. This add-on helps a class that can remove debuffs. You can bind a key in the keybinds or create a macro /decursive. It helps druid, priest, mage, paladin, shaman, fellhunter, and doom card cleansing spells. If you are a warlock, range is not checked with your fellhunter or doom card. If the target is under the effect of an abolished poison or disease, it will not further cast remove poison or disease. It will instead skip them and keep searching. The cursive also have a skip list. People in this list will be ignored. If it tries to cast a curable effect on a party or raid member, but it fails because not in line of sight, it will then put that player on a blacklist for 5 seconds. Being on the blacklist means you get cured last. This is to keep decursive from getting stuck on a player who is out of range or behind a wall. Commands that you can use: /DCR show to show main decursive window, /DCR hide to hide main decursive window, leaving live list displayed, /DCR option to show or hide decursive option window, /decursive to clean someone. You can make a macro with this command and bind it to a key. /DCR reset to reset decursive window's position to the middle of your screen. It's useful when you lose the frame. /DCR add the current target to the priority list. /DCR clear the priority list. /DCR show display the priority list UI where you can add, delete, clear. /DCR add the current target to the skip list. /DCR clear the skip list. /DCR show display the skip list UI where you can add, delete, clear. /DCR debug display debug information. All the above commands can be binded to a key. We use the decursive add-on to remove curse, disease, poison, magic, etc. from the raid. A very important function of this add-on is that you can select priority targets, for example the tanks. Make sure you use this add-on in raids like the Spiderwing Trash in Nextramas, Lucifron and Ganas in Molten Core, or anywhere else. Remember to update it at the start of each raid to add the tanks who are not there in the previous raid. If you want to move your decursive add-on, then you can just click and drag. In the live list, left-clicking on a name will cure that name without changing your target. Right-clicking on a name will target that name and cure the target. In main DCR bar, right-clicking on the label decursive will hide the buttons and lock the frame and the live list. In WoW key binding interface, you can bind a lot of things to keys under decursive section. In priority list, you can either target someone, then click on plus, or you can click on the P, that is priority list. You can add people according to class, or if you want, you can add them according to the group number you are assigned to. If you want to clear the list, then click on C and then press on X to close it. Same with skip list. If you want to skip any class or group or people. For decursive options menu, on decursive UI, click on O to display the option panel. the amount of afflicted to show. Slider defaults to 5, maximum is 15. This set the numbers of afflicted persons shown in recursive live list. Seconds on the blacklist. Slider defaults to 5 seconds. When someone is blacklisted, he will stay in the blacklist for this amount of time. Seconds between live scans. Slider defaults to 0.2. Recursive needs to scan each member of your raid or party. This option sets how often. Note that the higher the value is, the longer recursive will take time to detect afflicted people. If you have a slow frame rate, then you can try higher values. Print messages in default chat. By default, it's off. It will display messages in your default chat window, but this can spam a lot. Print messages in the window. By default, it's on. It will print messages in the main game window. Messages stay for 2 seconds on the screen and fade out. You can choose where those messages are displayed by moving the anchor. To display and move the anchor, push the button A in the top right corner of the option window. Note that the messages start to be displayed far under the anchor. Check for abolish before curing. By default, it's on. Before curing poison or disease, recursive will check if there is not an abolish type spell on the player to cure. Don't blacklist priority list names. By default, it's off. If checked, recursive will never add players in your priority list to the blacklist. Note that if one of them is out of line of sight, recursive will get stuck on him. Always use the highest spell rank. By default, it's on. Recursive will always use your highest spell to decurse. If set to off, recursive will use your lowest spell unless several debuffs are found. Cure in a random order. By default, it's off. It's not recommended. These options will cure in a random order instead of the intelligent one. Note that I do not recommend this option at all. It's not optimized. Scan and cure pets. By default, it's on. Recursive will scan and cure pets of your raid or party. Ignore stealth players. By default, it's off. Recursive will not cure stealth players. It may slow down tickets and impact performances if turned on. Play a sound when there is someone to cure. By default, it's on. Recursive will make a sound if there is someone to cure. Print error messages. By default, it's on. Error messages like out of range, out of mana, etc. will be displayed in red. Show tooltips in afflicted list. By default, it's on. Shows tooltips when you mouse over the player name in the live list with detailed info about the debuff. Reverse live list display. By default, it's off. Reverse the display order of the live list from top to bottom to top. Hide the live list. By default, it's off. Note that for recursive to work at its full potential, this option should be left unchecked. Hide the live list. You won't see the list anymore when someone is debuffed. Tie live list visibility to DCR window. By default, it's off. If the main DCR window is closed, then the live list is hidden. Cure. By default, everything is on. There you can choose what type of debuff to cure according to your abilities. Simply check what you want. That's all about the recursive add-on. See you later.